Hi everybody, it is Sunday, April 19th, and welcome to my update video. I've gotten a lot of stitching done, so I have good things to show you today. Hurrah! This past week I had my birthday, and so I've got a little bit of birthday haul to show you. And yeah, it was a little weird having a birthday with all of this, although I don't think it would have been like substantially different. I ended up getting carry out for my family, and it was a really strange experience just because my dad and I went to get it, and we parked, and the woman popped her head out from the back of the restaurant and like shouted to me, "What's your name?" And I shouted back, and she said, "Just a minute," and she brought out the food and set it on the table, and I stayed back by the car. And then when she was in the building, I went up to pick up the food, and it was all prepaid, of course. And so it was really strange, but the food was really, really delicious, and I was really happy to get it. And I had a really nice celebration with my family and everything, and it was just pretty low-key, although I wish that the weather had been maybe a little bit nicer. Where I live, it has been very mercurial lately, so we've had like sort of nice and sunny and cold and rainy, and then we had a snowstorm, and it just, it's kind of a spring mix. And today is a much nicer day. It's a lot more sunlight, it's warmer. So I'm hoping that this is a trend, because I want to get out in the garden. I don't want to sit inside a lot. I want to be outside. I'm ready to grow plants. So anyway, stitching wise, I spent a lot of time on Renaissance Mermaid. Let me show you that. So here is the finished design for Renaissance Mermaid, and here is where I am now. As you can see, I rolled it up since last time. I worked on the tail and finished the main part of the tail. I did some swirls, I did the purse, and worked down a little bit into the tail fin. And I found that this just went really, really, really quickly. I really enjoyed working on it, and I can just smell a finish. Two notes about this. So note number one is that this color here is a Karen water lily. I think it's called Sea Glass. And actually a lot of the skein is this gray-green color here, which I don't like. So I had to fussy cut for the most part around it to just get that kind of pure green. And I think that that's what the model stitcher did as well, because it just seemed, the picture just seemed to be a little bit brighter. And I didn't want all of this to be this like ugly gray-green. If I had to do this again, I would absolutely get two skeins of this so that I wouldn't have to use the gray-green at all. The other note about this is that I had quite a time with this, and it's still not perfect, and I may redo it, but attaching these beads with a half cross just didn't work. They didn't sit right. I was not happy. So I put all of them on one strand, and then I tried to kind of couch it down. Now, of course, it didn't, come out perfectly straight, and that's okay. It's supposed to be underwater, right? So things get wavy. But I definitely had my issues with that, with getting the beads to lay like I want them. But that's kind of an always problem. And my next steps for this are to finish the tail fin, which is actually quite large, and so I'll have to roll it up again. And then there are a few more sort of swirls around her tail and my initials, and I'm hoping by the next video in early May that this will be completely done. And I also spent a lot of time on my Egypt garden by Chatelaine. So over the past 2 weeks, I haven't done a lot, but I did make sure to kind of finish the little section I did. So I stitched the navy and then this petite treasure braid, and then I put the turquoise beads on all the way around. And I made another decision. I decided that I don't necessarily like the look of beads that are attached with a full cross so that they kind of sit straight up and down. And I was thinking about my time and my frustration and all of that. And I just decided to attach these beads like I did with these, with a half cross, and let them slant a little bit. And you know what? I like it just fine. The thing I'm not liking, and I briefly considered ripping it out, but then I thought that would be crazy and I'm not going to do that, is the background here. This wood pond by Gloriana is a lot darker than I think it maybe was originally when this pattern was charted. And so it doesn't give good contrast. And so if I were to do this again, I would absolutely replace it with something else. I wouldn't use it. But tearing this out would be crazy. I might as well just start over. So I'm not going to do it. But in retrospect, I would use something else. And my next steps for this are going to be building up. There's some more border here and some backstitch on the border. And then once that's done, there are palm trees in each of the corners. So I don't know what I'll get done by the next video, but at least I will get a little bit more stitching done. And I guess the third piece that I spent a lot of time on is Meeting on the Turret Stairs, which is charted by Heaven and Earth Design and artwork by Frederick William Burton. And here's what it looks like now. So I've done a fair amount. I'm now up to 10% of the way completed. So I have done a lot with filling in the dress down here and kind of over on this side. And I went up and I started to do black, but I didn't get very far. And like yesterday I had a stitching day and I stitched 1,701 stitches over the course of the day. And that didn't count like my nighttime stitching, that was just kind of during the day. So when I do pick this up, I tend to put in 800 up to 1,700 stitches at a time, or kind of over the course of a stitching session. But it's coming along. I'm really happy to be 10% of the way done with this. So can I do this 9 more times? Yes, I can. My next steps for this are, I do want to do a little bit more of the dress, but I'm running out of space, so I'll get to do a little bit of that. And then I definitely need to fill in this border right here. I need to do some more border work right here, and I need to take the black down. So the next time you see this, I'm hoping to have, I don't think I'll be at 20% by next time, but maybe, no, I definitely won't be by 20%, but I think maybe I can be, I don't know, 13, 14%, depending on what I end up doing. And I did promise you some background to this painting, but it'll have to wait until next time, unfortunately, because I just kind of ran out of time with everything that was happening this week and other kind of life stuff. So anyway, I'm really loving this piece. Oh, by the way, this is a 28 count cream Lugana. The next project I put some stitches in was Blackbird Designs Christmas Garden. So let me show you this. And I'm stitching this on a 40 count linen in the colorway Earthen by Picture This Plus. And here's what it looks like now. So I was able to do this little motif and then the top of this motif here. There's a brown and gold pot that goes under here and some little gold motifs I wanted to stitch, but I just ran out of time. And I subbed all the threads for Gloriana, just 4 basic colors. And on these videos, the gold never shows up as well as it does in real life. So it kind of looks like it doesn't Doesn't show up, but it does. Anyway, so this is that. Oh yes. I also did just a little bit on my Autumn Fairy by Joan Elliott. And I just did a little bit more of the face. I've decided that when I finish Renaissance Mermaid, hopefully by the end of April, this project is going on that stand, that frame in that stand, because that is my magic stand. Like any project that goes on that gets finished because it's, I think, the easiest for me to work on. I love working on it, and I can just, you know, having a tray there, having, you know, everything, it just works really well. So this, you know, I really haven't, I've done 2 mini sessions with this project and I love it. So this gets the magic stand next. I also did a birthday start. So I started Tree of Hope from Mirabilia, which I love. And this is where I'm at. And this is being stitched on a 32 count natural linen that I got from 123 Stitch. Now, the last time I got 32 count natural linen, it was very soft. This linen, I mean, I don't think it's a witch helt linen because it's a little bit thicker. This is super stiff. I did try to work with it a little bit and kind of steamed it and hope, you know, but I find that it chews the thread up a little bit more, and it's more effort to draw the thread through the fabric, and I definitely have to use a thimble because otherwise it hurts the tip of my finger. And usually I do a hand dyed, you know, I like a statement linen, but for this I just wanted the colors to do the talking, and so I ended up just going with natural colors. And so far I'm liking it. I find it's a very easy stitch. There aren't too many colors in each section. They tend to kind of flow, so you can easily sort of follow colors around and you're not sort of counting or carrying too far ever. And anyway, and I am going to keep this on a Q snap as long as I can, and I may get out the extenders and make it 11 by 17 and just always stitch this on a Q snap because right now it's really working just like this. So anyway, this is the birthday start. I did get some birthday haul, and my kind of fabric and thread of the month clubs have partially come in, so I'll show you that. Color and cotton, I haven't gotten my March fabric yet, but I did get my threads and they're so beautiful. So blue hydrangea, purple rain, limeade, avocado, and sunflower. So these are really pretty. I'm hoping to get my my fabric soon, but I don't know. I know things are kind of delayed, but they should have been in the same shipment, so that's weird. I also got my Fiberlicious fabric, which is a 32 count opal Lugana in a fat quarter, and this is called Singing in the Rain, which screams mermaid. So this is getting a mermaid at some point in the future. And then I also get their silk, hand-dyed silk, and these are really pretty too. In Orchid Shimmer, Radiant Orchid, Heather, Lavender Blue, although it's bluer than it's coming up on camera, and Mulberry. So really pretty threads from Fiberlicious. I'm liking their stuff. For birthday haul, I did kind of like a post-market haul of things that I kind of wish I had gotten. I ordered from Top Knot Stitcher, who has a really great little shop. I wish I had picked up this, what's it called? Unicorn tapestry from Tiny Modernist. So here it is. And then I ended up getting the Mermaid of Salem Bay with the matching printed linen. And she sent me a little needle minder, which is really cute. And I kind of, I was watching the Sunshine Stitchers and I kind of fell in love with some printed linen, and I just decided, happy birthday me. So I ended up getting this for a possible Bewitching Pixies, like one of Nora Corbett's witches, and also possibly for one of Nora Corbett's witches I got this printed linen, and these are both from Stitchery Express. So anyway, that's what I got. So plans for over the next fortnight. I want to finish Renaissance Mermaid and get Autumn Fairy on that frame and stand so that I can work on it in May. I would like to finish more of the border on my Egypt garden. I'd like to get to 12.5 or 13% on Meeting on the Turret Stairs and do a little bit more research to share with you guys. And continue finishing a few motifs on my Christmas garden. And of course, working on my birthday start. So I've got some things to do before May 2nd, and like everybody has been talking about what they're doing for Mania, and there are so many ways to do Stitch Mania, and I'm not sure what I'm doing. My thoughts are to potentially, for each week out of the 4 full weeks, to pick one of my projects to like super focus on. And if I make it to some goal for that project, it might not be a finish, but it might be half of it or 1 page or whatever, then I will do a new start, because I have plenty of things that I would like to start. One of my new starts, which I've showed you guys before, is very summery, and I'm feeling in a summer stitching mood, is the Petal Fairy. And I have some super bright blue Calypso from Picture This Plus. Like this brilliant turquoise. I think the camera is kind of dulling it out a little bit, so it's pretty bright, but what I wanted is for the kind of orange and yellow and pink to pop. So this could be one of my starts. I also have a kitted project that went walkabout, because I remembered, as I've watched a couple of other people's videos, that I have Tired Trio from Plum Street, and I can't find it. I have fabric, I have threads, got the pattern, they're all together, and I haven't the faintest idea where. So that is troubling me greatly. I've got to locate that. I'm not going to let a kitted project slip through my fingers and slip away and everything. So anyway, I need to find that. I've got some winter pieces that are kitted that I don't think I want to start right now. So yeah, that's not going to happen. But I don't know what I'm going to do. I mean, certainly there will be a lot of stitching happening, possibly some new starting, and possibly some of these, you know, I don't have any beads or whatever. But yes. So I don't know. My hope is that for the next video that I have, in the first weekend of May, that I'll be able to show you a lot of stitching. I'll be able to have some firmer plans for you guys, and that will be good. And I also have a whip missing. I started Halloween Cat by Satsuma Street, and I'm not in a Halloween stitching mood right now, so it's not urgent, but it's bothering me, just like my tired trio has gone walkabout, that this whip, which I already had to restart. So the first fabric I started working on, it didn't work out. I trashed it and I had to dye something else, and it worked out really well, and I started it and it was great. And then I put it away because it was after Halloween and I haven't been able to locate it. So those are a couple things that I need to solve over the next week or so. But anyway, hopefully I will find those before the next video. Anyway, guys, stay safe. I hope you are having some good weather where you are, and I hope you're able to get outdoors wherever you are. And I hope you get a lot of stitching done. So I'll see you in May. Bye.